Minister, I want to thank you for being here, and you've made yourself available many times, so I appreciate your presence here today. I also have a gender-based analysis question for you, and before I ask you the question, I want to recognize Senator Nancy Ruth, who had done tremendous work on gender-based analysis. And when I ask you this question, I think of her because she spent years trying to get governments to look at this issue. So I commend you for looking at this issue. The last time in National Finance, I asked you the question about, yes, you've started the gender-based analysis, but there is no transparency. So we as parliamentarians cannot assess what you are doing. What kind of work you're doing, how are you assessing it, what kind of information you are gathering. And Minister, at the Finance Committee, you said, and I have your quote, but I won't take the time to read it, you said these things take time and transparency will come as you go along. May I ask, when will you be able to share with us, the parliamentarians, how are you assessing the work you're doing, what you're doing, and how is it affecting the lives of women and gender plus, the other communities that are impacted by gender-based analysis?
Minister Morneau.
Well, first of all, let me thank you for the question. I think it's an important opportunity for me to address not only what we're doing, but how we're communicating it out. We have taken the view, as I mentioned, that we believe this is important analysis that will help us to move forward in a positive way, deal with some significant gaps in terms of things like workforce participation, value for work of equal value for women and men. We have been doing this work for a few years now. So I think the quote that you may be considering is one that would be from a previous opportunity to be here at a Finance Committee. But we've been getting the opportunity to get more and more expert along the way. In the most recent fall economic statement, if you take a look, Senator may have looked at it because he looked up to page 107. You would have seen that we've actually outlined some of the gender analysis that we've done. In our most recent budget, we gave an explicit understanding of the gender-based analysis that we did in the actual budget document. So it is actually there in black and white. What I did this year was I asked each and every one of the cabinet ministers in preparing their submissions to me to assure that they had actually done that gender-based analysis so I could take what they did and put it right into the budget document itself. So we've given a great deal of transparency. Of course, we'll always be able to do better, so I expect that Budget 2019 will even have a greater level of clarity on the analysis behind that understanding. And if you have advice for us on how we can do better, we'll be open-minded to that advice.